There you are.
Okay, yeah. Can you hear me, Dale?
Yeah, hi, Charlie. Very nice to meet you, buddy.
Yeah, nice to speak with you, Dale.
Yeah, I really appreciate you taking time to address F.A.C.E. You know, I just took a shot on Twitter with you. I don't know. I think I saw a tweet you put out, but I'm a big believer in building people up and lifting them up, and not just people with 50,000 Twitter followers. That doesn't really. It's really not a great measure of how much talent someone has by how many followers they have and how well known they are.
On Twitter at the moment.
So I'm guessing you're a hidden gem. I read a little bit about it. You guys have you've been trading only a year or so. So this is what I'd like to know. How did you end up being a Forex trader or any kind of trader? Who influenced you? Who do you hold responsible for you ending up in this industry?
Yeah, well, ever like since I was young, from young, I heard about trading, and it's just always really been a bit interesting to me. I liked economics in secondary school, so when I was about 14, did economics, and I actually thought that economics was to do with trading back when I was like 13, and so I did that. And I did more of that in school, maths, and did a few internships in brokers and stuff, and realised that I wanted to be the person, putting on the trades, not arranging the orders. So I just kind of got started like that. Did my degree, looked into it a bit more, and then early last year started trading, and I've been full time since last June.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What's been your biggest drawdown since last June?
Since last year, I think 7% off the top of my head.
I mean, we all, even the best, Paul Tudor Jones, everyone has drawdowns, and I like to, when I used to raise money for people, most people would look at who was the best performer. To me, what was important was how bad does it get when someone's in a drawdown period. So, that, and how did they react to that type of pressure? There were guys on the Merck floor that clearing firms had let their pit traders trade into a deficit, and they knew what they were made out of if they could trade out of it. So, why don't you tell us a little bit how your first year has been?
Yeah, but it really shows you
the ups and downs. Yeah, the ups and downs, and psychologically, emotionally, what it's like for you.
Yeah, so I started off with a quite a small account, like £500 or so, and just kind of tried everything, learned everything that I could, that I thought I knew. And then I was swing trading Forex on an hourly time frame, and then I started getting a bit more serious about it, put some more money on the line, and I started going into futures, specifically bond futures and some other fixed income, and basically just trade using support resistance, structural highs, lows, value areas.
So are you self-taught? Are you self-taught, or were there any books or mentors, or who influenced the methods that you use now?
Yeah, Tom Dante mentored me at the beginning. Learned mainly off him and applied some of my own stuff, kind of adapted it into my own kind of style, and just gone from there really, and grown to now, just gone a year.
Okay, so what's on?
Sorry.
So if we see your screen, I guess a picture would speak 1,000 words. So what's on your radar screen? What are you guys looking at with the dollar under a lot of pressure over the last few weeks? Do you have any charts you want to share with us today?
Yeah. Well, I was going to go through more how I do things rather than
go ahead.
Live stuff. Obviously, you guys have just covered every single base, fundamentals, technicals. So I'm just going to go through kind of how I do things, and see if anyone could learn from that.
Okay.
So,
Great.
This is how I start every day. This is volume profile chart, and I just kind of frame what's going to happen. I actually tweeted this picture on that day, I think, and I said something like, "There's lots of highs that unexplored. You can see we've been making lower highs." This is obviously showing each day's volume, and there's a lot of overlap. And I just thought that this day we were going to get some traction to the upside. So I framed my ideas around that, and then I'm just going to go on to a chart.
Why was that day a trigger? Can you explain that? Why was that a trigger for you to expect more upside? Because it took out that yellow line. Above 161.
Yeah, this first one. So this is the day we're in, and I just noticed that it took this one, and I thought we might get some follow-through traction to take some of these other ones. I'm not sure too high we got that day.
What's the instrument? Is it the Bund or what is it?
Yeah, this is in the Bund. Excuse my handwriting. I think this was in late May.
I write in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll go into a chart of what happened that day. Switch, there we go. So this is just kind of some of the things that I look through. So looking for a break of support resistance / structure. So we have these structural highs there, and we get this big breakout. So at that point, I'm waiting for it to accept above, which is this bit. And then as it's coming back for the retest, I stuck some limits in there and there, looking to get long. Now obviously it didn't quite stretch down, which was pretty unfortunate, but that's a pretty regular occurrence in the Bund, to be honest. And then so we did explore higher.
You always enter on limit orders?
Yeah, always enter on limit orders.
Okay.
Rarely hit market unless, well, to get in I always enter on limits, but sometimes hit market.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe something to consider is that if you're at your platform, if you're way, I guess you have the limited orders in, but I'm kind of I'd like to not have the anxiety if it's in an area range, give or take 10 pips. I'd rather know I'm in. And
yeah, I agree.
Sometimes I think limit orders at times limit potential, but you're in front of the screen. What's the difference if you're looking for, 100 pip move if you give up 5 pips or so around your order to know you're in?
Yeah, some people do prefer to do it that way. I like to leave them there.
That's my philosophy.
Yeah,
sure.
I know where I'm getting in. I know where my stop is. That's the first thing that I consider is where my stop is. Was under there.
Okay. Good one.
I'm guessing price is going to gravitate higher, so I'm guessing that it's going to go to these highs once they're in. So I know that I've got quite a risk reward there. It's about 1.5 to 2R, and it is
2 to 1 risk ratio. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 times my risk to 2 times my risk.
Okay.
I think it looks about 1.7. And I have got that stronger bias to tell me that it's going higher. And then once it does actually push up, I've lost the bias. So then I'm looking for this to break. And I mark all these levels beforehand, so I'm not thinking on my feet kind of thing. And once that goes, I know I want to be short. And again, I miss it again. So maybe I should take your advice and enter a market more, but these things happen. And then we get the reaction. I don't really want it anymore because it's already gone where I thought it was going to go anyway. And then I switch my bias again and try and get long, and I didn't even get a fill there. Would you believe it? Because I think about
and it went to your price. It even went to your price and didn't fill it.
Yeah. Yep. Didn't even get a fill, and that was the end of that day. So so that was quite a disappointing day.
Those bastards. Go ahead, say it, Charlie. Those bastards.
Yeah, I know. That was quite disappointing, but
yeah.
But that was on the 5-minute chart, and then I'll show you some more even shorter term material here, which is on the next slide. This is on a 1 minute chart, and you can see it's a lot more involved. This is over the period of 4 hours, and there's loads of zones and levels in there. This was actually yesterday morning. So, wow. As we know, volatility's picked up quite a bit in the last few days. So, yes, it was going a bit wild.
So what is this a chart of?
This is the Bund again. I only day trade the Bund.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And then so I'm looking at
the Bunds are one of your favorite trading markets, and they're a great scalping market, huh?
Yeah, can't go wrong.
Okay. I know when I was a young man, the Treasury bond pit at the Board of Trade was one of the heaviest traded day trading things. You know, there's nothing there now, but so interest rate futures, your preferred instrument is the bonds. Okay.
Yeah, it moves around a bit more than the US bonds. Okay. And obviously I live in London, so it's a bit more suited to my time zone.
Okay.
Because I think the US Treasuries are just a bit slow and a bit thick.
Interesting. So more volatility in bonds than T-bonds and notes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think so. And
I didn't know that. So I learned from you today. Okay.
So yeah, this is this morning and yesterday. So we broke through here, and then we come and get this retest, and I actually get filled there on the low. And I was looking for a big move to up there, and I mean my stop was, I think it was 2 or 3 ticks on that, and I was looking for about 10, but then I get stopped out almost instantly. Well, a minute and a half later, and then we moved down, and we've broken through the same structure again on this candle, and I'm looking to get short right as close to my stop as possible. And I think this move was about 1 second, 15 ticks, but didn't get filled at the top. Sod's law.
Great ideas, though. Great areas. Great areas of in. Yeah. Right there. Yeah.
Yeah, on that spike. But yeah, it rose from the bottom here to up here. It was about 15 or 16 ticks in less than a second. It was ridiculous. But yeah, so I had to let that one go. And we come back down here, no fill again. So I've had 1 loser and 2 no fills yesterday morning. It was getting quite frustrating by 8:30. But then I got this fill only just as we broke out there. I was looking for a move up really high, and I luckily got that. Same again here. I'm just targeting the lows, because when we make these kind of lows, you can't expect those to stay intact.
So what are you looking for? About 10 pips on a trade?
Yeah, about that. I think this one was like a 4 tick stop, and then yeah, that looks like about 10. So that's all I'm looking for, to be honest. Same with this one. It's mainly off of the structure, looking for a recent low or high.
Your broker should fill you more often, because you do great volume for them. So you know they should they should reward you for that.
My clearer, if I want some more fills. And then there was a big move down, massive move. I was actually looking for a bit of order flow around this area again, but I didn't get anything that I wanted to see. No price action that I wanted to get in off there. But then this bottom zone was a clear. Yeah. Clear buy.
So you're always
up to there.
You're always looking left for your supply-demand zones.
Yeah. I've never really considered them supply-demand zones, more support-resistance, but I think it all overlaps, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think a lot of the support-resistance and structure.
So you're counting on the market's memory of an area it traded to act as a magnet and repel. Get a reaction from these areas.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting, Charlie.
But
it's a young man's game to trade like this.
Yeah, I know. Well, this is up to 11:30, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 8 opportunities in one in one morning.
in a day.
Yeah, and there was a couple more in the afternoon, but it started getting a bit crazy. Mario
it looks
Draghi.
like about a 4-hour session you covered here, and there were 5 trades. So a trade an hour. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, roughly about that. There was 10 trades in total on this day, and I think there's only 6.
10.
Here.
So that's 2.5 an hour. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, then Mario Draghi was on the wires talking about the ECB and how the market got it wrong. So we had a straight line move. I think it was 80 ticks or something in about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Which
How do you handle that? How do you handle that? Do you stand aside during like major news events, or do you trade it?
No, I usually just stand aside, to be honest. There's no point taking that kind of risk over events like that, to be honest. The amount of slippage you can get is insane, especially when your stops are really small, and you can see how thin the book is getting and stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah, that's just a little peek into how I trade using some of these guidelines. I mean, it's not for everyone, but I do think that doing things in this order is how you need to look at it, in my opinion.
That's your discipline right there.
Yeah,
that's your neuro-linguistic programming. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my tick box list.
Yeah, your mantra. Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you have any other slides, or would you like to tell us about your business and what you do for retail traders? Your call.
No, that's it really, to be honest, Dale. I just wanted to kind of go through what I do and try and see if I can help anyone. I don't have a service for retail traders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just kind of
don't you have a trading room or anything like that?
No, not at the moment, Dale.
Okay. Okay. And who's that? Your partner on the screen with you?
Yeah,
or that's both you.
Me and him. Yeah.
Okay.
Both we do look like we're.
So you have 2 pictures up because you're a scalper, and one side of you is more comfortable being long, and the other side's more comfortable being short. With the jacket on.
And one's at the middle of the day, and one's at night. The 2 different directions.
Anyway, I hope you and your partner get along. I'm a Gemini. I'm a Gemini, so I have a couple of personality disorders. So, you know what, Charlie? It was refreshing, and sounds like you really have some great discipline for so early of a stage in your career, and I think you have teaching potential because your presentation was great, and you sound very humble. Stay that way, or the market will kick your teeth in. And I'm proud to now call you my trading warrior brother.
Yeah, and you, Dale.
Yeah, and I hope that pips rain down on you and your partner for the rest of your trading career. And thank you so much for joining us today and showing us a very interesting. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Charlie Avery, you could follow him. There's his Twitter handle on the screen. He has no axe to grind, and that's unusual in today's climate. So I wish you all the success, Charlie. May your path be full of prosperity and abundance. And,
thank you very much, Dale.
And hang tough during some speed bumps, and never quit, because you don't lose till you quit. That's my advice.
Cheers, Dale.
All right, buddy. Adios. Richard Coiler in Boyd in Port. Tell him. Okay, Greg. So thank you, everyone. That's a wrap. Thank you, Steve Volge and Blake. And you have at least 30 pips made if you shorted the yen, right? And TGIF for everyone tomorrow? I have no guests tomorrow. You're just stuck with Forex Stop Hunter, at Volgi, at Pipzar, at Nick Trades, at Gregor Horvat, at Stelios, which isn't his Twitter handle because I can't remember it, and all the talent in the room. So sorry about that. Looking forward to all of you being subscribers so that when I bring up the F.A.C.E page, you're ahead of me on it. Get the edge, sign up for ForexAnalytix. Don't drive a car without a traffic light, and don't trade without a traffic light page. And above all, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. See everyone tomorrow to wrap up the week. Adios.